Ett fortsatt ökat flygresande och behov av nya flygplan både i världen och de skandinaviska länderna. Det var budskapet när Airbus besökte Stockholm och presenterade den årliga framtidsanalysen. En analys där Sverige är en viktig del av Airbus marknad.
How do you regard the future Swedish airline market?
I think we've seen a lot of growth in the past, and in our forecast we're showing about 3.5% per annum traffic growth to and from and within Sweden over the next 20 years, and that basically represents a doubling of the passenger traffic over that period of time. So not only has it been a very healthy sort of past, I think it's going to be a very healthy and prosperous future as well.
You predict 470 new airplanes in the Scandinavian countries. How many of those are in Sweden, do you think?
Well, we don't split it out. We basically include Norway and Denmark as part of that number. But obviously, you know, there's significant airlines in Sweden, and so there'll be a significant part of that overall value, but we don't actually break it out.
Are there any Swedish airlines interested in the new Airbus 350?
I would hope so. I mean, I hope every airline's interested in the 350. It's a very good product. If you've got products that you need to replace, old 330s or older 340s, then the 350 would be an obvious one to look at.
Boeing is quite big in Sweden. How, compared to Boeing, how big is your market share in Sweden?
We've got a growing market share. We've sold more than 200 aeroplanes in the region. Clearly, you know, we'd like to have more, but I think we're doing very well. I think the aircraft are being used incredibly well in the region, and you know, with the family concept that we have in our single aisle and the size range that we have on the 350 and the quality of the 330, I think it's an excellent product for this marketplace.
If we go worldwide, you predict 28,000 new aircrafts in the coming 20 years. How big part of that is Airbus going to cover?
Well, we always target more than 50%. We've managed to achieve that over the last 10 years, so that's our corporate objective. Obviously, we think we have the products, the technology, the people to do that. So yeah, certainly that will be our aim. Certainly no less than 50% over that period of time as an average. Yeah.
Where do you see the big demands on long-haul aircrafts or on single, short, medium aircrafts?
Yes, in terms of the numbers of airplanes, the biggest market by far is the single-aisle market, and that's why having a good product in the marketplace like the A320neo family has been important. So about 70% of all the aircraft delivered will be single-aisle airplanes like the neo. But in terms of value, more than 40% of the value will be in aircraft like the A350, like the 787. So having good products in that marketplace again will be important, and I think we've done it with the 350.
Both Russian and Chinese companies are developing new models, especially single-aisle aircrafts. Do you see them as a threat?
I mean, obviously it's competition. Airbus was a new entrant in the 70s, so you know, we'd be the last people to say that competition is bad. And in fact, we think competition is extremely good because it drives innovation. It's helped us to drive our products and the quality of our products in our competition with Boeing. And with new entrants coming in, there'll be new ideas, more innovation. So we think it's very good for the passengers and for our airline customers as well. Yeah.
The new Airbus 350, when will you see it fly?
Well, we hope to see it fly by the middle of this year, which will be very exciting. A couple of weeks ago I saw it in the final assembly hall in Toulouse, and even I was surprised how big it was and how impressive it looked, and I've been in the industry for 20 years. So yeah, the plan is to get it in the air by the middle of this year.
After the 350 model, are we likely to see any new Airbus models coming the next 20 years?
Well, we'll see. I mean, at the moment, we've got the 320neo, we've got the A350, we've got the A380, by far the most modern group of aircraft in the marketplace. Personally, I think it's probably unlikely we see a brand new airplane before 2030, but that's not because you know, the marketplace may not be interested. It's just because the technologies may not be there to actually make an airplane that's good enough. And clearly, you know, we want to be able to deliver at least 15 or 20% improvement on the existing products, and sometimes you have to wait for that technology to mature and to be developed, and so probably not before 2030 or slightly beyond. Yeah.
Do you see a bright future for the aircraft industry?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a fascinating industry. It's a growth industry, and there are not too many of those in terms of industries, sort of manufacturing industries around these days. So yeah, I see a very, very bright future. We've seen new competitors looking to come into the marketplace. We've seen great new products coming onto the marketplace. I mean, what better time to work in the industry?
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks very much.